everyone, welcome to this update video. I trust and hope that you are doing really great this morning, and we're going to be looking at what's happening in the North Atlantic. So there are a couple of systems. We've got Hurricane Kirk, Hurricane Leslie, and two areas of interest, one given a high chance of formation. So we're likely to see a new tropical or subtropical storm form as we head into the new week. So we're going to be taking a look at that. There's going to be a major flood threat as well in the vicinity of the Gulf of Mexico. So we're going to get straight into the details regarding these systems. Now, as we switch to the satellite imagery here, we can see Hurricane Kirk up there churning. It is still a major hurricane. And then there's also Hurricane Leslie, which is going to be moving up and out. So it's not going to be moving west toward the Caribbean. There's not a dominant high to push it west. So it has the opportunity to make its way up to the northwest instead. And as for the Caribbean, a couple clusters of showers and thunderstorms around. As we take a closer look into the region, here we can see what's going on. So towards Central America, we can see a lot of convection, parts of Mexico, Belize, even Guatemala, the Bay Islands, and the Keys as well. So that area is quite active this morning. Lots of moisture and instability helping to support those thunderstorms. And then further in the Gulf, we can definitely see that there is a bit more scattered convection around. So that is associated with the disturbance, which we could see consolidate as we head into the next few days. Now, let's go ahead and look at the rainfall forecast. So for the Caribbean region throughout today, for the Greater Antilles, there's likely to be some periods of heavy rain here and there, not at all guaranteed for everywhere. So not everywhere will experience some showers, but some places definitely will, and there could be some heavy downpours at times. So that goes for Cuba, Jamaica, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, and even the Virgin Islands could experience some passing showers. Not a whole lot for the Leeward Islands, but then as we head to the Windward Islands, especially towards Trinidad, Tobago, and Barbados, there could be some periods of heavy rain around. Headed to northern South America for Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, and western parts of Suriname, there could be some heavy rain as well. Scattered showers nearby the ABC Islands. And then for parts of Central America, there could be some instances of those heavy downpours, especially towards the vicinity of northern Central America. And as we saw, there's already quite a bit going on in that area. Cayman Islands, not a whole lot expected. Same thing for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos. Parts of South Florida, though, could experience some heavy rain as we head through today. Now let's talk more about our tropical cyclones. First things first, we got Kirk. Kirk is still a major hurricane, as I said, maximum sustained winds up to 125 miles per hour. So it peaked as a Cat 4 with winds 145 miles per hour, and it has been steadily weakening since. And it is currently moving to the north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. So it is likely to remain a major hurricane through today and into tomorrow as well. But eventually it will continue to weaken as it accelerates into less favorable conditions and cooler waters. But as we head into the mid to latter part of the next week, it could make its way to Europe as a post-tropical cyclone. As for Leslie, Leslie is a hurricane with maximum sustained winds up to 80 miles per hour, and it is moving to the west-northwest at 7 miles per hour. So as I said, not going to be a problem for the Caribbean in terms of bringing any direct impacts, but it is going to remain out there as a hurricane. Definitely going to keep an eye on it to see how close it may go to areas such as Bermuda, for example. So yeah, it's definitely something to keep an eye on, and we could see Leslie strengthen a bit more as we head over the course of the next couple of days. Now, we have this new area highlighted off of Africa. We are not seeing an X. That tropical wave hasn't yet emerged. That low pressure area hasn't yet formed. 30% chance of development, and we could see something similar with that curve pattern that we've seen with Kirk and Leslie out of the system as well. So, of course, I'll keep an eye on that, but the one that is a threat to land is Invest 92L. So it is designated as an invest because it is an area of investigation. It's been closely watched for development. So here we can see 80% chance of formation. So the formation chance is quite high right now, and models agree on development. We'll look at some model data in a moment as well, but regardless, it is producing a lot of heavy rain in parts of Central America as we saw, and that is going to move towards the vicinity of West Cuba, Florida, and even the northern Bahamas as well as we head into the new week. And some of the models even expect that this could eventually become a hurricane. So let's look at the track and intensity guidance, and we're starting out with the track guidance. Now the tracks are pretty much locked in. We see some decent consensus here, not seeing them all over the place and conflicting if it's gonna go here, go there. They're all showing it generally making its way towards the vicinity of South Florida. As for the intensity, we have quite a bit of models available, and at the moment, most of them expect that the system will become a hurricane. We see a couple of them showing a Cat 2, one taking it close to Cat 3 status. All of them definitely expecting a Cat 1 out of the system though. And all models available on whole expect that this will become a tropical storm. And the next name on the list for this season is Milton. So this is likely future Milton that we're looking at right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at what models are forecasting. So the system should be in a conducive environment to allow for strengthening as we head into the next couple of days. So let's get on with it. As we head into Monday, the 7th of October, this is what GFS is showing. So these black squiggly lines are called isobars, which join areas of equal atmospheric pressure. The greens you're seeing all around indicate the moisture or the precipitation rate where we could see rainfall taking place. And then when we see those isobars in a circular manner being closely packed and the value decreasing, that is a sign of intensification. So yes, as we head into Monday, we can see that in the Southern Gulf, GFS is expecting that we'll have at least a tropical storm by then. And then the model is showing some pretty decent strengthening as we head into Wednesday. That is a time when landfall would be expected in Western Florida. So we see a pressure here of 952 millibars GFS is expecting. That is a pretty significant hurricane right there. As we go on to the Euro model, for Wednesday, it is also expected that landfall would be around that time, and it is showing a pressure a bit higher than what GFS is forecasting at 983 millibars, still around Cat 1 intensity right there. As we go on to the Canadian model. The Canadian model is showing a little bit further south compared to GFS and Euro with a pressure 980 millibars, but this is by Friday. So the Canadian model is showing it kind of loitering around a little bit slower and not moving as quickly. So it is expecting that the system could make landfall maybe around Friday of next week, 2 days later than what GFS and Euro are showing. But then the ICON model is showing what could be a hurricane as well, making landfall Wednesday. So it seems as though Wednesday is more likely the time frame the system could make landfall and it could become a hurricane. We see all of these models pretty much in agreement, and based on the minimum pressure that they're showing at the time, it is likely that the system could make landfall as a hurricane. So again, Milton is the next name on the list, and the formation chance is very high. Now, it's not a fast mover, because if it was just going to be blazing across the Gulf, it wouldn't really have the time to consolidate much, but it's not going to be moving very quickly. So that is going to allow it the chance to really take advantage of the environment, the very warm waters, once the upper level winds are favorable, and lots of mid to low level moisture. So yeah, it could definitely become a hurricane. I would not be surprised at all. So if you're in Florida, you definitely want to keep watch. Regardless, this is going to be a significant rainmaker. So it's already dumping a lot of rain in parts of Central America. So as we're going to be heading into the next couple of days, this is through Monday evening, there is likely to be a lot of rain in parts of Florida, especially South Florida. Some of those rainfall totals could be over 4 inches. And even near the northern Bahamas, Grand Bahama, there could be some significant rain as well, potentially for Cuba, being under the influence of that system, inducing all of that rain. So regardless of it developing, it is going to produce a lot of rain in the area. And of course, guys, I'm here to keep you posted at all times on what is going on. So that is essentially what I wanted to share with you in this update video this morning, and I really do hope you found it to be informative. However, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I'll get to you when I have the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.